Yeah, so we killed Trespin. You set the place on fire, and I think that's about where we had left it.
And the ambush drakes were feasting on his corpse as our druid attempted to politely coerce him into our help.
Arby, speaking Draconic and singing a song of suggestion, encouraged the drakes to eat their former master.
Ooh.
So they started taking chomps out of him. This is what happens when you miss a session.
What have you?
You knew Draconic. It worked out well.
Wow, that's a skill I'm going to put on my resume.
There you go. So you guys had started heading down the trail. Part of the group had already headed down. Your guide had started down
to help.
But yeah, the rest of you guys had run back to help. But it's pretty much sorted by the time you got back up there. You only got a round in just in time when Arby helped with his beautiful song in Draconic. Good times. So,
good to know I was there.
Now, if I can just stay awake long enough, I'm you today, Michael. I'm just like, I don't know why I'm so damn tired.
It's a time crunch. Blame the time change.
Yeah, that's it.
It just sucks. I wake up and it's dark, and I come home after work and it's dark. Like I don't. Sunlight
that sucks.
Elusive.
You don't get to see your house in the daylight.
Negative.
Yep, I miss seeing the house. Well, I'm home all day, so I get to see it.
Yeah.
So, the previous session, before you decided to give the old heave-ho to Trespin there, you had spoken with Talus the White, who is a would-be worm speaker who has some beef with the leadership of the cult, and she seemed to be fairly well aware of what your intentions were, and she was encouraging you to head out and disrupt the shipment of treasures that were leaving. They were already en route to meet a drop-off point outside the town of Parnast, and she encouraged you to take what you want and help make the people who were in charge or managing this operation look bad. So that would be her primary motivation, it seems, for sending you off with the veteran who was in her keep that you guys slipped a love potion to. He still looks kind of confused. She charged him while you guys went and phoned a friend. You they were talking with him and apparently briefing him on what was about to happen. And before you left, he took a banner with you. There's a banner on a stanchion that is being carried, assumably to alert anyone that is observing you approach the area that you're going to the drop-off, is going to identify you as cult members so that you will not be instantly attacked. So, I think that about covers it. Any questions? Things that I'm not remembering?
We have some fellow compatriots that we rescued from the dungeon as well.
You did. Marcella. You've got Larry, of course, that you didn't rescue, but he's along for the loot. He's looking very pleased right about now at the discussion of you get to keep all the treasure you want. Sweet.
Kragnar and
Kragnar Dwarf, who was actually a cult member. I don't know if you guys recognize that or not, but he wasn't real happy because he had fallen out of favor.
He had told us that his friend was sort of in competition with Talos to be a worm speaker or a fellow whatever. So
he became the worm speaker. She didn't.
We need to talk to him about that. And then we have brother Cayman or Kimon, the priest of
Cayman.
Her.
Yep. Indeed. So right about now, I need to adjust your experience levels. You guys have gotten through a lot and negotiated your way. I believe it's time to level up.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let me update your sheets. At this point, level 6 is going to be your next level. And if you have any feats or anything that become available at that point, let's talk about what you decide to choose. Right at this moment, you can take benefit of the hit dice that your level increase will do for you. But anything that is going to ostensibly require some study and or not just on the hands-on experience, new abilities of note. Let's talk about those as you come across them, okay? So I'm adjusting your character sheets to be level 6. I had a funny meme to share with you about this, but it's like, what? Do you want to level again? You just got leveled. Yes, but what about second leveling?
And afternoon levels. Second levels.
And 11sies.
What a cute moment that was.
I love that. That's such a memorable meme. And you guys are a little overdue for a long rest, by the way.
So it says, and I'm reading this, so the ability score improvement, when you reach the 4th, 6th, blah, 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 you can increase one ability score of your choice by 2, or you can increase 2 abilities by 1.
And the alternative to that is a feat.
Okay.
So if you want to hold on, I'll let you decide now if you want to do a feat, and that will take some time to acquire those extra skills, or you can take the 2 points now. Whatever you would like to do.
I don't think I can ever decide that quickly.
Are you gonna?
And you don't have to decide the 2 points right now. You can take the time before you do that. What was that?
I'm just curious if multi-classing is available. I'm not saying that I'm going to, but I was just curious.
Yeah, we can multi-class. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if I might. I don't.
Okay.
I mean, being more roguish certainly has its appeal and the ability to do some roguish things.
Yeah.
And being that we have a rogue in the party.
You do have one now. NPC or no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
That's Larry. Larry Keenblade. I'm going to start talking. I'm going to stop his Cockney accent and start doing him as a...
Boomhauer.
Boomhauer. Texas accent from Boomhauer.
Dangle, man.
Have we had a rest yet?
You have not. I just mentioned that, as a matter of fact.
A second rest? Afternoon rest?
A second rest? No. You
I'm waiting on 11sies.
If we don't get some rest in the not too distant future, we're going to start adding on levels of exhaustion pretty soon. So just keep an eye on that and role play accordingly. All right, I think I've got all of you guys' things adjusted. Now, where you guys were, and I'm going to take us back. Let me take you back to a time when men were men and women were women and small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri were small furry creatures from Alpha Centauri.
Okay.
Alright. Sorry. I think that was a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. I'm not quite remembering.
That sounds like a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. But
I didn't realize that that's a series.
it was a BBC radio play as well, and they did a BBC series on it as well. But they turned the books into that. It was pretty fun. All right, you guys see where you were coming from? The red X is where the lodge is located. You're going to have to travel down to Parnast. It's about a half a day's walk to get to Parnast, and you're actually going to the other side of Parnast, just to the south of it. So it probably would bode well to find lodgings or discuss something with your guide.
Can I ask a meta question real quick, just as it relates to leveling?
Yeah.
So I'm reading the rogue stuff, like for sneak attack, right? So I get it. It's you're gonna play sneak attack how you feel is appropriate. But so one of these has sneak attack rules. Obviously, that's subject to your interpretation. But one of them is your attacks target, obviously, like if I'm attacking a creature, must have another hostile creature within 5 feet of it, usually your ally, and your attack must be rolled without disadvantage. So if I'm interpreting that like if a creature I'm attacking is attacking Arby, and I then
or is it within 5 feet of it?
Correct. So if he's first in the order, right, he attacks a creature. Second order is that creature, and that creature attacks Arby. And I'm third, I'm allowed to sneak attack that creature by just because
it's a lot simpler than that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
The fact is that the creature probably already knows who's not his friend, so you will as well. And if Arby is within 5 feet or anybody else, that creature is going to have to keep track. And they're doing the head swivel thing to try to keep track of what their melee should be, and that's where that comes in, that mechanic comes in, because now you can sneak in while you're so quick and fast as a roguish archetype that you can get that sneak attack in for the extra d6 of damage. And that does level, by the way. The d6 becomes 2d6 and so forth. Now, that's only if you do not have disadvantage on the roll. If for whatever reason you have disadvantage, that does not apply. But if no one else is around them and you have advantage, you still get the sneak attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if, for example, I think one of my cantrips imposes disadvantage on a creature, is that the same thing if I was attacking that creature?
That's their rolls have disadvantage if you impose that. But no, if you had, for some reason, if you had advantage because somebody granted you
So I misread it. So feigning attack is you can expend one superiority die and use a bonus action on your turn to add the total damage to the melee roll to gain advantage on your next attack roll against a chosen creature within 5 feet.
Yep.
So that would do it, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah. All right. I know you're about to ask me a question, so I'm going to answer it before. Excuse me. Let's see. Larry, I think is human. He's human. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he is.
And I think our other guy's name that is your your guide. Let's give him a name so I can stop calling him veteran.
Some call him Tim.
I love that. Too much fun. This guy's name is... Oh, those are horrible names. Fuck. No, that is not any of those. Fantasy name generator. That's fucking crap. How about...
That name's hideous.
That name is...
That is hideous.
Just hideous. How about... His name is Carter.
Works.
John Carter.
Actually,
Good Carter.
no.
Good Carter.
It's actually Carter Fisher.
Mr. Cartier.
His last name's Fisher, so he's not John Carter. He's just Carter.
Let's get Carter. So he's Mel Gibson, is what you're saying.
Okay. Right. So you finish up. Anything else you'd like to do while the barn is burning down? Or are you heading back down to meet the rest of the group? Only your team came back up at the behest after they killed you, and you had taken a fair amount of damage, and they had to do some revival. That's I saw that meme today. What was there's a game mechanic with divine second wind or something. I don't know.
I saw. So it was Marine Corps birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Today's Veterans Day.
And
so one of my
thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. One of my friends posted a thing. It's like when you drink from Marine Corps birthday through Veterans Day, and your wife asks you what happened the next morning. You're like, I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell.
I have several friends who are Marines, and obviously they get a lot of shit for being the crayon eaters, and so to say.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys can see this one.
Apes together strong. Nice. Nice. Very fun. Rightio. So, is there anything else you guys were going to try to attempt to do while you were up there? You are hearing some voices and lights are coming on. It is now past dusk, and someone may be approaching. You're not quite sure yet.
And we're already on our way out of town. I'm sorry.
That was the plan. You just stopped to go fuck with the troll, and you guys had to come back up the trail a bit to help out Galt. But yeah, that's the plan. You want to get there before it gets too dark, too long.
Let's get going. Let's get out of here before Galt lights something else on fire.
Hey,
right.
This guy coming to him.
Sparky boom, man. Alright. So you guys are headed back down. You're headed down slope and skirting the forest that is off to the east of you.
We the red X?
The red X is where the lodge is located, correct.
Okay.
And you do manage to make it to town almost unmolested. There is a gaggle of orcs that are making their way around. It seems like they're a hunting party or such. Do you feel like engaging them?
Let me see how many.
A gaggle. It's more than a few and less than a bunch.
Sounds like a lot. Yeah, no, we need a rest.
All right.
Yeah.
So I suggest you do a group stealth roll.
Okay.
You're going to stealth your way and avoid a fight.
It's an 11.
Why am I not seeing your rolls? Please hold.
Are you scrolled all the way down to the chat thing?
Yeah, I thought it was. I see it now. Just not showing up on my...
Do we have our ambush drakes coming with us?
That was not discussed before. That's why I was trying to kind of tell you guys, what else are you going to do? So you've already left the area at this point, so no takesy-backsies.
Bitch!
Oh, fuck.
I tried to give you a chance.
We're bringing them with us.
I'm about to burr.
Stop!
No, I
I
gotta
almost
give you
spit
credit.
liquid all over my laptop. Don't do that.
That's pretty awesome. Where it goes? I'm trying to fix this thing real quick. Please hold. Twitch chat. There it is.
Took our jobs. Let's go back to hurry, everybody.
And I went back there and tried to get him.
The rest of the group is ready to get the fuck out of town, so if you decide you want to go, you're going to lose your guide.
What? Me?
No.
No, I said, can I run back there and get them?
Yeah, you've already made the move.
We know.
No. Okay, there we go. Now I have the rolls showing up in the thing. I mean, you could, but the alternative is you're probably not going to make your rendezvous in time, and you're definitely going to lose your guide.
Fine.
You guys, in getting back with your guide, he, of course, starts the conversation with, "What was going on up there?"
We just burned the stable down. It's fine.
And he looks rather shocked at this, but he's not exactly the brightest. He's a paid fighter, and he's a lot more interested in getting to town. So at this point, I see a stealth, 9 stealth. You're 4+. I'll roll for Yig. She got a 14. And he starts the conversation with, "We've got to hurry along. There's only a short amount of time. We've got to meet the castle, and it will be departing on schedule."
Fine. Wait on
on
you,
schedule. I think that's everybody on here, Bach. I'll roll for Monsieur Og. And roll. Stealth. God damn it. Also wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel like our combat has been going? Is it too slow?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was going to
Seems like
offer
it's taking-
a technique that may help things along. You guys have been doing your characters long enough now that you probably have a pretty good idea of what your abilities are and what you can do. There's a technique that involves, at the top of each round, being able to communicate and declare what your action is going to be. And unless there's some mitigating circumstance, like your target is killed in the 6 seconds that somebody else is ahead of you in the turn order, that you would declare your action, and that would be what your action is on that point. You know, you can pretty much figure what your movement will be, give or take. Again, adjusting for movements of other characters ahead of you in the initiative turn order. But I was considering that as a alternative to one by one figuring out what you need to do. But that way, you guys can communicate on each round rather than figuring it out every single time individually.
Okay.
If that's feasible for you guys. That way, we get away from a little more of our meta. I've noticed I've gotten really bad DM hygiene with you guys, which is, we do a lot more meta, I think. And I did that initially as a way of allowing for learning curves and things like that. I really want to step our game up a little bit and try to make it more interesting and less, hit / hit, loot / hit, whatever. That's that same cadence every single time. So I thought this might be a way. Ooh,
Sorry.
what was that?
Sorry.
Additional magic secrets. Woo! Look at all those new spells you got access to. I thought it'd be a nice way of keeping things moving along well, upping our professional players' abilities, and being able to actually communicate a little better, I think. So if you would like to start that, we can start it tonight, or I think with Meg missing, it'd probably be better to start it the next time. But You guys do manage to miss the encounter with the gaggle of orcs. But you do make it to Parnas. It's well after midnight. Galt, for your benefit, it is now a good 7 hours into your poison application.
Okay.
And
How big is it? Can we tell roughly how large the settlement is?
Parnas is a fairly good-sized town. It's not huge. It's certainly not water deep, that's for sure. But it is a decent-sized place that you're going to... Oh, there it is. I'll pull up the map here for you guys and place you on it.
He's putting us on the map. Yay!
Can you guys see now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Kirby. You guys are walking into town. Again, it's after midnight. The very secondarily sized building. Where'd it go?
There's no street lights in this town because all I can see is road.
All I see is darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So Disturbed covered that, and he did a really good job.
Who did?
Disturbed, the band.
Oh,
that's
yeah. I
an
think I
awesome
did see
version
that.
of that song.
It is good.
Nice.
That's an awesome version of the song. Really,
I think he did total justice.
Oh yeah.
That's one of those songs, though. If you mess it up, everybody's just going to stone you to death because that's such a greatly written song.
Completely agree.
All right, let's see what I see through your eyes. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Like, whoa, what's over there? I'm gonna pick you guys up and move you over to a spot that maybe you can see a little more out of. Anyway, how's that?
I just don't see anything more.
I'm
I'm not
same
moved
as-
up.
Where are
I'm
you?
sorry. I thought you moved us up further. You just spread us out.
I don't even see your character. Oh, there you are. I missed you.
And
Good.
Bog and Yag and Bog. It's okay.
There you go.
There we go.
That's a little better. All right, so you guys are coming into town. It is dark, and there aren't a lot of lights. You see lights on in the houses around you. Bach, can you see anything besides your character?
I'm trying to find this. I finally found this on the map. I was just
That
zoomed
right there.
pretty. Yeah, I can see all of us.
Okay. So you guys are around there, and it's dark, but it shouldn't be so incredibly dark that you can't see anything. It's nighttime, and it's not completely dark outside when you go outside, right? October darkness.
No, unless it's completely moonless night.
Yeah, no. The moon is out, it's clear, and the stars are shining. Stars are shining brightly. It is the night. God, it's already
Oh,
starting.
don't start on that already.
Yeah, I've already got that shit thrown back at me. It's pretty funny. What? Alright, let's see if I can get you harnessed. So, what you see in the village is it has a few dozen houses in a small square. There are buildings that include a tavern, a stable, and a shrine. In contrast to this rustic burg stands a mighty ice castle, hidden in the distance in a fog-shrouded ravine. Walls beyond there stand 40 feet high, huge narrow towers looming upwards This is again beyond the tower that you can see, or beyond the town that you're in. One of those is crumbling, however, and it's kind of hard to see because of the fog and the darkness. But you can see the moonlight glinting off of the towers, and you can see that it is built on a scale for giants.
Oh, great.
But you are able to see beyond the wisps of fog that are hiding much of the castle's detail. But you do see two statues standing just before the enormous gate. So, the tavern, the Golden Tankard, is where Carter is taking you, if you are so willing to go with him, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I think we need some ale.
I would agree.
And it's the end, so now would be time to get your rest in.
Yes, rest.
Radio. So you are making it over to the tavern. Can you guys see this building, or is it all dark?
I can see where we are, but I don't
see
see
a little bit.
Okay. Let's say
Edge of the building.
areas. Let's see if I can reveal it like so. How's that? Better?
Nope.
No change.
Crap. It's the dynamic lighting. You just can't see in there. What this outline that you are sort of seeing is, there you go, is the front of the tavern. So we'll go ahead and assume that you guys are going in.
Okay.
And
Yep.
you walk in, and there is a yellow tankard hanging over the door of this rustic tavern. Inside, though, the place is short on cheer. All conversation stops, and eyes turn in your direction. A tall, heavy-set man with enormous mutton-chop sideburns steps forwards and asks, "What can I get you, travelers?"
A pint of the dark stuff, barkeep.
And
Yes, make that 2.
We need a room for the
My
night.
thirsty friend.
Carter indicates that first light is when the castle is going to be taken off, so you'll need to be up and out before first light. You have just enough time for a long rest.
Okay.
So we need a room.
Luckily, you do.
Let's ask him for a room.
And he
We need
sees
nothing for 8.
Carter, and he greets him. And Carter seems to palm some gold coins into his hand. And he smiles and says, "I have the rooms ready for you in just a moment. Have a drink and a bite. And
Excellent.
make yourselves at home."
Thank you.
What does the rest of the bar crowd look like?
There are a number of people in this town. They look like normal town folks, mostly. But it's kind of hard to tell. You see some folks that look like they probably are related to somebody in the Cult of the Dragon. But you see people dressed in normal garbs. There are men and women. There's half-elves, a couple of dwarfs, and that's about all you can tell without an insight roll.
But you said it looks like everyone's kind of down, like it's not a cheery crowd.
It's definitely not. They're definitely not happy to see you when you first walk in. On seeing Carter, they somewhat go back to what they're doing, but you can kind of tell that everybody's watching you. But there are people that look like they could be laborers and porters and craft folk. Um,
Are we
But-
still wearing Dragon Cult attire?
you had placed the ribbons on your wares, but I don't think you actually had Dragon Cult regalia on.
Just the colored ribbons that we still had.
Right, exactly.
Maybe we should lose these, my fellow travelers.
Tie a yellow ribbon around
Just
the
like
whole
travelers.
damn game. It's been too dang long. Is your video off? Or is it just me?
I turned it off because I was having a little trouble hearing. I was getting that
Feedback or to slow down.
choking up.
Yeah.
I don't think it's any better, so I'm going to turn it back on. I'm just you're all freezing up and then going back to normal, and it's just crazy. Okay, so fellow travelers, are we all going to take these colors off so we don't peg ourselves as being from the lodge?
Yeah, if that's the wiser thing to do, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay. So while everybody else has kind of gone back to what they were doing, Holg, since you were actively looking around and kind of assessing the people in the room, you do notice there is a fellow on the far side of the bar in a corner. And he keeps kind of averting his gaze. But he kind of looks up, and if he sees you looking at him, he kind of gives you the sign, and then
I can't
looks
see
away.
you.
Oh, that's right. You can't see me. I'll have to describe it. He's trying. It looks like he's trying to catch your eye,
Okay.
but he keeps turning away
Okay.
and making sure. He seems to be doing this clandestinely. He doesn't seem to want to be noticed doing this.
Okay, I'd like to walk over there and talk to him.
And this guy is a human male.
Okay.
He looks quite strong. His hands are very deeply lined and calloused. And you go over and greet him.
I'll say I couldn't help but notice you were looking in my direction.
And
Come on, that ass.
he looks very nervous.
It's not necessarily that.
He is
Pound cake.
looking almost as if he's stuttering over his own words. He says, "It's nice to meet you." And he whispers something under his breath. "It's not safe to talk here."
I'll let him know we're getting rooms ready shortly. Is that a safe place to talk?
And while he kind of fakes a nod, he coughs. He's like, "No, never heard of him." Loudly.
But he nods. Okay.
Yep.
I'll say, meet us up there in 1 hour. In half an hour. Sorry. Half an hour. Because we got to go to bed.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back to drinking his ale.
Okay, and then I'll go back and tell them this stranger has some sort of information, me or us, and he's going to meet us in the room in half an hour.
All right.
Okay. Let's see what he has to say.
Okay. So the ale and the food comes. You ordered the strong mead,
Yes, it did.
and There's sausage on the menu and stewed cabbage. Some heavy black bread. And the owner comes back over again. Name's Ragnar. If you need anything, I've got your rooms ready. And he nods over to Carter and says, well, you'll be footing the bill for them, yes? And he nods.
His name is Seabass.
Seabass?
Are you kidding me? It's a Dumb and Dumber.
No.
I actually never watched that.
Oh my god!
I've seen clips.
I've never seen it either. Only a couple
See
of
this.
some clips.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
wasn't in my wheelhouse.
Tough crowd.
I know.
I've seen it. I get the reference.
Very good.
Going
Sorry, but I don't remember it.
And, at the very first, it seemed like when you guys walked in, it didn't seem like he was all that friendly, but now that Carter has kind of made his presence known,
Grease his palm.
he's a lot friendlier, though not exactly what I'd call warm.
Do we have any guesses as to why? Is it because of our mixed race, or because of that we look like adventurers that they don't know? Like, can we do an insight check, or
It's not exactly giving you the stink eye, but he doesn't have a big, broad smile on his face. Most proprietors try to be friendly with their patrons, especially new ones. He does not seem to be very welcoming to strangers, as you would be known to be in town.
Okay, so he might just be weary of that. Okay. All right,
Yeah.
one second.
Right. And he indicates that this isn't necessarily an inn, but because Carter has made it clear that you'll be staying the night, he's cleared out his own chambers, and it's all yours. One room.
Does he have? Does this appear to be a person's house?
No, it's a tavern.
Okay.
It also has a stable attached to it, and he seems to suggest that normally people come to the bar and can't make it home. Sometimes sleep it off in the stable, but because Carter here keeps me well supplied, I'll make sure that you have better accommodations than hay.
Do you by any chance have any sort of goods for sale that you might be willing to part with, such potions, potentially a net that might be tossable if possible?
Do I look like a general store manager? Of course not.
It was a fucking question, barkeep. Relax.
Right. Tough crowd. Let me share a picture. This is the guy you're talking to.
That flail's real cute.
Radio.
Man, he dressed to impress, didn't he?
I suppose.
Sassy.
I can tell.
So what are you guys doing?
I
You guys gonna retire then?
think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, you guys finish off your dinner while the rest of the room seems to begin to thin out. It is getting quite late at this point. You don't see the human that Polg went to go greet, and Carter seems to know the way to the room. You do see that there are, in fact, other rooms here. This is definitely an inn, and why this guy is clearly lying about not having rooms for rent usually is unknown to you at this point. But so he's standing behind the bar drinking from, indeed, a golden tankard.
Huh.
Watching you guys finish up your drinks and food. And says, "Enjoy the comforts," and raises this tankard in toast to you. So you guys go up and find the room. Nice. It's bigger than most inn rooms, but some of you will probably have to sleep on the floor. The other folks that have been freed have the conversation with you that while it's been great meeting you, they really don't want to stick around. Marcella, in fact, is pretty adamant about finding her way back to where she was staying in town.
What about the dwarf?
And the dwarf is staying with you.
Oh, okay, good.
Old Father Cayman is asking, "Is it likely that you'll need my services?"
You're more than welcome to continue on with us, but if you see yourself elsewhere, by all means, you're not bound to us.
Which one is he?
He's the priest.
He's this guy.
The priest.
The one we were suspicious of.
Yep, that guy.
Okay.
Can we keep him for cannon fodder?
Wow.
That's called slavery, I think. I don't know. Kidnapping?
What?
Maybe?
It's
I
like
don't know.
more steps.
Whatever you say.
I don't want to have to watch my front and my back.
We can't hold him against his will.
Yeah, but we could
Try.
give him like a coin or something. What kind
Very rare.
of what is he? Just a human priest?
Yeah, he's a human priest of Amanantur.
He's good, neutral, or what is it? Lawful good, I think his alignment was.
Awful good.
Lawful, not awful.
Oh,
No, it is awful good.
That's
We
what I
had it right the first time.
I was like, he's awful good.
He's awful good. We should keep him.
He's awful good at
Awful
what?
good.
Super bad. You know that Amanantur was the Netherese solar deity of order, the sun, law, and time. He was viewed as a harsh but fair deity, and this aspect of him is alignment is lawful neutral. The sun can be harsh, but it is fair. It affects all equally. So he's offered to stick around, but if you don't need him,
It's
he's
more
gonna
than
take
welcome
off.
to stay. It's the intent was to make it like you're not. If you are on your own free will and volition to tag along with us.
And hearing this conversation, Carter looks to Brother Cayman and says, "I'd prefer it if you stayed with us. I could make it worth your while." He holds out a gold dragon coin.
He sure is handing out the gold dragon coins, isn't he?
I guess
We'll
he
just
is.
rob him. It's fine. I mean,
When you're staying in the room with him, he's got to sleep sometime.
Yeah.
he's short like 3 fingers, I think.
You did get a little choppy with him. Strangely enough, you see that he's no longer short those fingers.
Oh, perfect. We can cut him off again.
And he's no
That's the
longer
fun of
short
magic.
Those fingers.
You can grow them back and cut them off again.
He's not Frankie Four Fingers anymore.
That's right. Can you imagine if you were Deadpool? Just to freak people out, you just cut off your finger and leave them in places? Be funny.
Wicked,
What else you could
wicked,
leave behind?
wicked. No! Don't let my mind go there.
I think the boys did that. Actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. What was that guy's? No, let's not digress. Anyway.
Yep.
Moving
Are
on.
you talking about the boys?
Yeah. That's some fucked up shit,
I
man.
just watched. I just finished the season. Oh my god.
It was good. No spoilers. Maybe not everybody has seen it yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's great. Right. So, you guys go up to the room, make yourself comfy, and you hear a knock at the door.
Who is it?
Housekeeping. It's the you hear a voice. It sounds like a middle-aged male. Gondolin.
Anybody order a gondolin?
Yes, we did. Open the door. And let him in.
I'll open the door, look out, grab him by the thing, and pull him into the room and slam the door shut.
And at this, he looks quite startled.
Okay.
What are you on about? And he looks about. He looks about, and he takes you very seriously. And he sees Carter in the room, and he begins to stammer. I should go.
Are you sure you want to do that? This is going to be the only opportunity you have to tell us whatever it is you have. And besides, pay no attention to him.
And he's trying to give you the side eye, the old.
Yeah, come on, mate.
Wait, is this the guy I was talking to?
It is.
Okay, sorry.
His name is Gondolin.
And he's at the door?
Yeah, no, he's got just
now he's-
jerked
Oh, we
inside the
snatched him in the
room.
room.
You're up
you
to
guys
snatching
talked over
people
me,
now.
right?
Say again?
I'm sorry, you were talking. Two people were talking at once. What was that?
He was brought inside the room,
Okay, good.
but Carter is in the room with you, as his brother Cayman and Larian and the Kragnar.
Oh,
It's a crowded room tonight. Hope you don't snore.
So yeah, it's pretty crowded in here.
so can I go up to him and say, should we talk more privately than this?
And he nods.
Okay, so can we, the core group, excuse ourselves with him to a dark corner somewhere and outside of the room?
Yeah, you're gonna have to go outside the room. There's no privacy in this room, really.
Okay, so let's leave the room and find some place that's
Okay. Right here. So you guys make it down the hallway. Looks to be just a sitting area at the end of one of the halls there. And this guy is shaking by this point. I really shouldn't have come. I shouldn't have come.
I'll reassure him. Say it's okay. Don't worry. We'll hear you out and help you. Don't worry.
He's like, you're the first people I've seen in this town in a long time that isn't on the payroll of the cultists.
Was there someone in the room that you were afraid of?
The man that brought you in? He's a cultist. He works very intimately with them. He's
How do
not
you know
just
we're the
on the.
cultists?
He says he's not just on the take. He's one of them.
Ooh.
How did you know we weren't cultists?
And he says, I would have seen you in town before tonight. I make the wheels and fix axles for all the merchants, wood folks, and porters. They use all of my wagons to transport their goods.
Well, what do you have to tell us? What's the concern?
He's concerned for your safety more than anything.
Oh, okay.
I've been watching them one by one, people who would cooperate with them. I'm just not willing to tolerate their presence any longer. I've never taken a dime from them. But everyone else in the town who has opposed them finds themselves dead or missing.
You want to burn it? You want us to burn some stuff down? Oh, I'm not there anymore. Sorry.
No, we're all together.
The core group went.
Gotcha.
He says, I know a bit about
Should we be
what's
concerned
going
about?
on. What's that?
Tell us. What do you know? Tell us what you know.
I know the highest ranking member of the cult of frequent Parnas is a half-dragon. The worm speaker, Resmir.
Yeah, we
You
were
seen her lately?
In fact, she came through a week or so ago.
Where does she
No.
stay when she's down?
She doesn't stay in town.
Do you know where she stays?
I assume up at the lodge,
Oh.
but I don't know where she is now, unfortunately. But I would assume it's probably at the castle.
Wait, which castle?
Skyreach Castle. The floating one? You couldn't have missed it. Was it really that dark outside?
Yes, it was. No.
We were
Why
tired.
did we see that? I'm sorry. I was out.
You did. You were probably doing something else. They saw, and when they came into town, that beyond the town on the other side, from what looks like it's probably in a ravine, is a huge, giant-sized, giant-proportioned castle that is being shrouded in mists and clouds, even though it was pretty much at ground level.
Wait, but it's floating?
You guys were actually told about this by the veteran before this.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But it's
So
floating low, is what you're saying.
Correct. It's actually floating in a ravine so that it can be at ground level.
Oh, so it's accessible via normal like drawbridge kind of thing.
Right, exactly.
it's when we're on our way to catch, right?
Yep, that's pretty much where you guys are headed to go, is what you know. Because it doesn't always stay there.
Oh,
And in fact,
I want to know is
Carter comes by and says, I can tell you, the cultists have trained wyverns in the village stables. And the cultists use them to reach the castle when it's airborne. And no one
what sort of
knows
creature is that?
wyverns. They're smallerish dragons that only have 2 legs and their arms are wings.
almost everything you've seen on TV lately, like Game of Thrones and whatever. That was what
wyverns.
it was. It wasn't
Yeah.
a dragon. It was a wyvern.
Exactly. True dragons have 4 legs. and wings.
Exactly. So is the guy that you were afraid of in the room, is he somebody higher up in the cultists? Should we be concerned about him? Or?
He's just one of the cultists there. You know, the cultists controlled Parnas for more than a year. Basically brought in this company of thugs to take over, and he was leading that group. But he's not in management, as it were.
So we can chop off a few fingers and it wouldn't be missed, huh?
I'm trying to think
See
what
what you've done? I was fine until I started gaming with you.
It's a man after my own style.
Excuse
Just let it
me,
happen.
sir.
We help you.
What was your MOS again? You sure you weren't in intelligence? Just asking. You'd tell me, but you'd have to kill me.
Just let it happen.
So
Actually, knew somebody that was.
information you...
I actually knew somebody that was his job was interrogation. Scary dude. Kind of cute. Right. So he's pro-offering all this information. What else do you want to ask him?
How is it that we might be able to help you with this situation?
Why is he giving us this information? Why are you giving us this information?
I know there's still good people in the world, and the cult, they just want power, and their greed drives them. Their lust for power, and I just can't stand by and let it happen. Not in my town. I thought maybe you could be trusted. Can I trust you?
Yes, we're not with the
Yes.
cult.
As much as you can, a stranger. No, kid.
And he says, there have been others that came to town to infiltrate the cults.
And what happened to them?
They all joined.
Forcibly or
They were coerced
persuaded, I see.
with
Oh.
treasure and power.
Can I ask him if there's anyone in this town that... It's a town, right? It's
Yeah.
a small... Is there anyone in the town that knows...
It's a few dozen houses.
No. Is there anyone you know that knows magic? Like a
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And he is shaking his head. No. We are mostly laborers and craftsfolks here.
Okay.
Magic's... We've seen it, of course, but not something that we encounter frequently in our day-to-day lives. We've seen more of it in the last year since the cultists have come with their ilk.
Do you have anything that could help us in our... well, I don't know if we're going to tell him.
I can tell you that if you don't already have some passphrases for entering the castle safely, I may be able to provide you some codes.
Oh,
What codes do you have now? What is the passphrase that you have?
We have.
They shall rise.
They shall rise.
That will get you past the local guards, but it won't get you onto the castle. I saw the banner that you were carrying, and it may be helpful in protecting you of ways, but once you're inside the castle, I'm not certain that you'll be able to get by. Use this phrase if anyone challenges you while inside the castle. Hail, Blagothus.
Hail Blagothus.
I'll put it in chat.
and who is that?
Thank you.
He is Well, for lack of a better term, the one that runs the castle.
Oh,
Cool.
what sort of a creature is he?
He's a giant.
Oh,
Cool. We can kill another castle overseer.
He's a storm giant. You may find that difficult.
storm.
Don't your moms go cashing on checks? No,
Do we know?
I'm still standing. I didn't hear no bell.
What's your question, Seth?
Do we know what a storm giant is?
Do a history check.
The 10.
Oh,
Wow. I'm getting
I don't-
shitty rolls tonight.
I'm at. I was like, why isn't my shortcut working? I'm at my work computer. It doesn't.
Yeah, you don't have it installed.
I rolled a 15.
All right.
14
You know
plus-
that storm giants are huge creatures. They are seers that live in places far removed from mortal civilization. This is a really strange combination of dragons and giants, because storm giants tend to be chaotic good.
Hmm.
You know that they have magic, though you're not sure what it is, and they are incredibly +9 strong.
Strong.
Yes.
Like,
Can we ask him what he knows of the giant?
I have never seen the giant. I know the passphrase, and I know that he is the means by which they have procured this castle.
Why do you think he's letting them use the castle?
That I couldn't say.
Can we bring?
Dragons.
Is the dwarf near us? Can we bring him into this conversation?
You bring him over.
Or is this guy going to be?
No, you didn't bring him out. Sorry, he's up in the room.
Oh, okay. We'll deal with that later. Talk with him later. Sorry, my apologies.
Okay. Where can we find you if we need you after tonight?
My shop. It's in the center of town.
What kind of shop?
The wheelwright.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's right. I apologize.
I know that there are other merchants and woodsfolk and others that want the cult gone. They're just not strong enough and not brave enough to try to make some sort of stand.
I get that.
What else do you want to ask him?
That's all I can think of.
Did we ask him how he thinks that we could help him out of the situation?
Good call.
We asked that.
Sure. And he says, anything you can do to discourage them from staying here in Parnest. That is primarily our goal. We haven't come up with any ideas. There are many. We are but townfolk, and as you so rightly perceived, we don't have magic. We don't have might. We have only ourselves.
Okay, well, if we can help, we will.
Is there any one person or people that we should target to make them leave the town, leave you guys alone?
He says,
Do you know of?
Resmir's deputy is a cult veteran and holds the title Dragon Soul. His name is Captain Athelstan, and he commands the cult. He commands the cult forces in Harnest and monitors all visitors and merchandise passing through the village. If something were to happen to him, it might persuade them to think otherwise about staying.
Okay.
So Captain could be the key. It's good to know. We know who to cut you loose on to let Gold have a go at him.
I need to rest before we do any of that trash.
Righty, yeah. And speaking of rest,
find some more poison.
are you guys ready for a bio break, or do you want to continue?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
Sean, I'm building the level 6 into the character. Is that acceptable for what we're doing after this? Like,
By building into the character, what are the things that you're adding?
basically just first level rogue.
We're gonna need to talk about that. I
That's
think.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Right now, you still have the same amount of XP. We're still doing milestone leveling, but I've got XP in here just kind of to help me gauge what we've been doing. I think what would be one of the easiest, actually, though it did level you up. You had less XP than that when we started, and it's going from 14,000 to 23,000 to get to level 7. With this level, you would basically be splitting all of your upcoming XP into rogue. So we need to find you. We need to find somebody to train you, and you do already have the thieves' cant, I think.
I do not. So what it's showing right now is the level 6 with rogue.
Okay,
I do not have thieves' can.
that's right. I'm thinking of my other campaign with a rogue in it. So you would have to seek out someone in one of the guilds, perhaps, to start training on that level. And at this point, since you're interested in doing that, we could say that would be possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my thought is that plus I think a feat. I'm not 100% set on that yet, though.
Okay. What about assassin? They're rogues.
Well,
Assassins are rogues.
I got to do 3 levels to get the roguish archetype.
Right. Got it. That's right. You're going to have the roguish archetype after that.
Yep.
Cool. Sounds like a good, interesting. You're a lot less squishy and even more lethal.
Indeed.
You are
Real
building a lethal character there.
Interesting. Okay. So let's go take a quick break, refill drinks, and we'll come back at the end of your long rest. Are you guys going to go back to the room, or are you going to continue talking with... what's his name? Gundolin.
That's the wheelwright?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gundolin the wheelwright.
And then would you object after the long rest to having the feat status? If I was
Having what?
The beat status?
like the feat put into the character.
That's what I was saying earlier, is that if you choose to take the points, you can take them now. Does that make sense? If you're going to take the feat, we need to talk about how you're going to accomplish that feat of being trained to do those new skills.
Sure.
Because
The
again-
one I was looking at was alert.
Alert?
It's always
Okay.
look out for danger.
I think that's something that you could have trained on the job for. So that's a feat that I think would be easy to explain.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm not 100% on that. If I'm going to take that or the points, but that would be the feat that I would choose. So
Cool. Yeah, those
Wait,
are
so
the
we just
conversations I'd
leveled
have. Yeah, you guys are now
Yes.
level 6, and if you want to take the feat instead of the 2 points, you can take the 2 points and add them to your character tonight to forego accepting another feat.
Ooh.
Is this somewhere that I've been trying to find that part of it?
Feats that are available in your class?
Yeah, that tells you at level 6 we can do the feat or the points.
yeah. So like if you go, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt,
Go for
but I
Oh,
guess
okay.
I'm into is that in the player handbook when it it tells you on what levels you get stuff like in the like in your class, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So like under the class features, you'll eventually get to a thing where it says like 1 through 20, this is what you get, and like at level 6, it'll say that you get a like first level this, second level this, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. It'll say ability score, and if you click on ability score, it'll say ability score lets you do.
Okay, so it's different for everybody because I got counter charm and Bard
You got-
college features.
Those are features. So when we look at this is just your basic features. This first table, you're going to be able to do your Bard College feature that's available at this level, and it looks like counter charm. So now you've got some additional things, and I don't know much about them, so I'm going to have to figure those out too. But there are feats that you can add, and I think we'll probably have to look.
Yeah.
Because it looks like because of the way they've designed the Bard class, I think they've just built these in. Your feats are part of your levels. When I look at other classes like fighter, do they
That's what I was
specify
wondering
these?
because I don't see that.
Okay, mine's important. Everybody's gonna listen.
Okay, let's talk about it. What is it?
Sorry, I just took a bite. Sorry. No, it's okay.
Don't leave us hanging like that.
Super
Sorry, no,
important.
I'm excited because it's a balance thing. So it's not a feat or it's not any of the chosen, but it's starting at the 6th level. Whenever you or a friendly creature within 10 feet of you, again, this is like everybody has to stay close to me. It's funny. It's like I'm lonely. A friendly creature or you within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw. The creature gains a bonus to the saving throw equal to your charisma modifier, which is a 3. So if you're within 10 feet of me and you have to do a saving throw of any kind, you can add 3 to your roll anytime.
Oh, wow.
And where are you getting this feature from?
I'm sorry?
Where is yours coming from?
So that's called the Aura of Protection, and it's something a paladin gets at the 6th level.
Okay.
So, and here's the link to the feats that are available. Your character sheet helps specify which ones that you have the prerequisites for. So, like the alert feat.
If you can't do them.
Yeah. Some of them you have to have a strength requirement and such.
I'm getting a better understanding of because the bard doesn't get ability score improvements on the 6th level, but they do since I do get did college, bard college extra, so I get 2 spells of any from anybody as long as it's it in my level.
Yep.
Or below.
Yep. You got it.
And that's why I picked this guy because I wanted to be have some magic.
I like them. They're fun to play. You do it really well, but I love the different things that they built into it. I think it's really well written. I will be purchasing Tasha's book of everything, so we may have some new stuff.
Saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I saw some interesting stuff, like psionics. They're bringing psionics back. I'm like, I want to be a monk with psionics.
I want to be a scanner.
First, the pain begins. 5 seconds, the pain begins. 10 seconds. You can't breathe. 20 seconds, your head explodes.
Yes.
All right.
And we didn't even, all we have to do is
Okay, go into the kitchen. Be back in a minute.
Yep.
All
Go
right.
to the bathroom.
I'm going to the chapel and I'm gonna
Get married.
What happened? Hello? What just happened? Oh, are we taking a break? Hello? My hip.
I'm back. How's Joe doing, Steve?
He's doing good. He's in the other room watching football.
Football, you bet.
Football.
What football is on?
All right, what is on? I guess it is Wednesday.
Kansas City Chiefs. That was the only team I noticed when I was walking through the room.
It's not the company. I've been tired all day.
Joe is wiped out because he had to drive with his cousin to see Britain today.
Oh my!
They had stuff to do at his lake house, and so he was in the car most of the day, and just doing shit, and he's wiped out.
Oh god, Mike, you were hilarious. Or was that Seth? I can't tell.
I love that.
Too funny.
That's from Office Space, right?
Yes.
Is that the movie?
That's the one. That would be terrific, okay? Is that my red stapler? It's my stapler because it's red. Oh, let's see. Keen mind. You have a mind that can track time, direction, and detail with uncanny precision. You gain the following benefits. Increase your intelligence score by 1 to a maximum of 20. Always know which way is north. Wow. You always know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset. And you can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard in the past month. Better than me.
What's that? Was that your horoscope or something?
That is one of the feats called Keen Mind. Now, mind you, this is just these are the feats that are in the player's handbook. In this game, we are using Player's Handbook, Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, and Xanathar's. So there are additional feats in those for various classes. So it really is not a bad idea to go into your character sheet and look and see which feats may be available to you. Because it will list all of them, not just the ones in the Player's Handbook.
With this level up, I only gain land stride. So difficult terrain doesn't slow me down.
Ah, that's not too bad.
Or cost me no extra movement. But that's all I get with coming up to level 6. Everything else changes at level 7 or 8.
Gotcha. Yeah. All the classes are a little different. I'm still trying to figure out, why is Britney Spears' dad still in charge of her career? I haven't quite figured that out yet. Like, really? You got a $40 million estate and you still have your daddy running your taxes for you?
Did you say happened to you at this level, C? To your droid, to Bach?
The ability to, it's land stride. I can, difficult terrain, it's not that it doesn't slow me down, it doesn't cost me any extra movement. And the same, I get an advantage when that's magically created, like with Entangle. Let me find it again so I can read it out loud. Oh no, it's over here.
Yeah, I see it now. I think what's going to be hard for me is now with the druid to get 2 spells from any class is like, that just boggles my mind because I'll be forever trying to figure out, do I want to continue supporting or do I want to beef myself up a little so I can get in the fight every once in a while.
Get in the fight.
Like everything I do it revolves around being a concentration spell. So once I throw it, I have to sit there and just play with my strings.
God, there are so many feats under the manage feats list. Jesus.
The first time around, it took me forever to make a decision on that one. I had so many windows open comparing spells, and but if I do Wizard Initiative, but what if I do? And then there's always that one spell where we get out into the actual campaign, you're like, God, I should have chose that other one. That would have been so handy right now.
1 minute.
And counting.
Like we can always use somebody that can pick a lock or maybe do a dispel. But I like being the scholar and being able to read stuff and learn
It is
stuff.
pretty cool.
Deceive people with my acting abilities. Put a few lines on my face, spit a few lines out of my mouth, and I'm somebody else.
Because I am an actor.
Yes, you understand. Bulk.
To be alone.
Shake a spear, shake a spear.
No, we all know. This is really you. His name's even Miguel.
What now?
It's our bard. But he has to do concentration spells.
Mm.
Dun-dun-dun.
Okay.
Road to El Dorado. That is such a cute animated movie.
Both? Why not both?
Both is good.
Both is good.
I like that from the Guardians of the Galaxy. A little bit of both. Right. Okay. So we all come back and we're all doing our long rest, yes? Are you guys sleeping all at the same time? Or what?
Are we able to rotate sufficiently that everybody gets a long rest?
It's a little short on time, so someone would have to...
We're all sleeping at the same time.
Alright.
I'll set Weber out. And he can wake me or something.
True that. Sounds like a good plan. Okay. So you set Weber out, and you proceed to take your long rest.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! And at this point, it is still dark out. Weber does wake you, but it is because Carter is getting up and starting to get ready to leave.
Okay.
Hours did we sleep? 6, 8?
You got a full 6 hours of sleep.
Okay. So I'm on plus 13 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can hit the long rest button.
Go ahead and hit your long rest button. Refresh those hit points.
And again, our faithful DM. So I status the feat, like I put the feat on, and then I would completely understand if I don't know the thieves can't yet, but I put the one class in rogue.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yep. Just tell me, and I'll let you know if it's something we can possibly pull off right at the moment.
Okay.
Or if it's something we're going to have to learn. You're definitely going to have to be taught that thieves can't. So we'll have to talk about when we're going to be able to work that into your gameplay.
A repertoire, as it were.
Into the repertoire.
I know I should know this, but what the hell is a cant?
Thieves can't is a cant is like a language. It's that's all I can think of.
It's like a hand signal, unspoken type of language.
Okay.
Known only
I
to
did know that.
known only to the Thieves Guild.
Cool.
Yep, it's a secret language of words and hand motions, expressions. It's like ASL for assassins.
The best part is what movie was it from? Was it Airplane where they're doing the news report and it's got the lady doing sign language? It's like, no, everything's gonna be fine. They're doing fine, and she's just like,
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny.
Oh, it's like the Maiden's Talk from what's his name? Robert Jordan's book, Wheel of Time.
Yeah, something like that.
oh yeah.
I have got that downloaded, but I have not listened or read it just yet. I think you told me about it.
The series, or just.
I have the first 3 books, I think.
Well, it's so funny because first 3 books are fucking excellent, and then he sort of loses his way and kind of meanders for a while there. The characters are still interesting, but literally they've advanced is probably, I'm like, come on, you're going to get up and move anywhere? You're going to follow the story? And everybody just glaring at each other and like, oh, you know what that means? I'm like, dude, just come on. Come on, roll it. Let's get going here.
Right.
Then he dies before he, and so somebody else had to step in and wrangle it up and finish it off. Which I was hoping would happen to George R. Martin. But he just stopped fucking around.
He's alive though.
For now.
Yeah.
For now. They've changed up Roll20 even again. Wow. Why can't I?
That doesn't show me as. Are we? What are we doing?
Oh, hey. How you doing? You're back.
It doesn't show me as getting a feat at this level.
You may not get a feat at this level.
Not everybody does.
What?
Yeah,
Not
but it
everybody
says
does.
ability score improvement.
Yeah, you're going to have to check your character sheet and see at what level you get a ability score improvement, and those usually track along with, alternately, if your DM allows it, the use of feats.
Yeah.
Feats
are not automatic, and not every DM wants to fuck with them.
My hit point went up. I got that aura of what was it called? Aura of protection. So that's it. But that's good.
Still pretty damn good.
Yeah, +3 saving throws, guys. Stay close.
Stay close, and don't forget, because I will.
Oh no, it'll be like
Conveniently.
Anytime you have to do it.
Go stand by Hog and tend to your saving throw.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
Help me! Oh, somebody help me! All right. So you guys get
It
up.
just emanates from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost you anything,
Correct.
right? It's better than my bardic inspiration.
It's for saving
No.
throws specifically.
You can, yeah, but you can cast that on whoever you would like at distance.
True.
And
Further.
it's
Yeah.
up to 4. Mine's only 3.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not right. What's the bump?
Hmm?
The bardic inspiration is 4, right?
Yeah, he's got a D8 now instead of a D6, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you roll a d8. Okay. Oh yeah, so it could be more. Yeah.
Could be.
It could be less too, but
Yeah, it could be less. Or more.
Oh, you guys are very funny. Very funny.
I know, but looks aren't everything.
Yeah, I get 4 of those in a whatever before a long rest.
yeah.
Right. Why can't you see that? Yeah, there it goes. Whew, they keep changing things on Roll20, and I'm just like, okay, where's this now? So much fun.
See, my next ability score improvement isn't until level 8.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
Yeah, same.
I don't get all the
Okay.
shit. I just get stabby stuff.
You get stabby stuff. It's not bad. I like stabby stuff. Okay. So you guys are getting up, and you're going to try to catch a castle here. Because it is leaving it at first light, and you don't want to be the one missing. Had you stayed or tarried longer, you definitely would have missed it. Alright. So,
Okay, Weber, into my pocket and let's go.
you guys all get up and pack your shit and make your way out of the tavern. And these guys are going to lead you. I mean, it's pretty obvious where it is at this point. It's still the sun. The sun is not up. Light is not coming up. And you are definitely still walking under the stars as you get over there.
Thank you. That was going to be Bach's next question. When does the sun come up?
You're going to have to hightail it over there, because by the time you make it over there, the first rosy fingers of dawn are beginning to be shown.
Here comes the sun.
Do 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 do.
Here comes the sun. And I say,
Okay. You guys ready to go to a castle?
Let's go to the castle. We already have one.
Have fun storming the castle. You think it'll work? It would take a miracle. What? Okay. So you guys go over there. I need to find the screen that has that shit on it. Here it is. Too many tabs, too many screens. Not enough time. What you sending me? Oh, it's Seth laughing.
it's so sad. I just tried to change my television channel with my mouse.
Computer.
Hey, that's a great. Oh, I gotta patent that. Jesus.
Computer.
Computer. Hello, computer. Rightio. So you guys are making your way through the village, picking your way through the darkness over towards the ravine outside of town. As the towers become more and more obvious to you, you see as you get closer that it's not really that far away. It's just really, really big.
I get this feeling like I'm rolling up to the cruise ship for a first time.
Yeah.
This huge cruise ship. Oh my god!
You don't realize how big it is until you're right up on it, and you're like, "Holy fuck, this thing's huge."
Look at the size of that thing.
That's what she said. Right. So now, as you're approaching, the light is just starting to come out, and you see that the two huge towers, surrounded by 40-foot high walls. One of the towers is of blue ice, it looks like, and the other one you still notice is crumbling a bit.
Did you say blue ice?
It is blue ice.
Wow.
And as you approach, you see two statues standing just before an enormous gate.
You're not gonna trick us again. You touch those statues, they're gonna come to life.
And they are giant-sized. Watch out!
You just want to do damage, that's all. We're not doing this time.
Right? Would I do that to you?
Yeah. Especially to teach us a lesson.
Maybe a little.
Hey, wait. So what? I'm sorry, I've been missing. So we're being led in though by this dragon cult guy.
Yes, you are carrying a banner, and Talus made it clear that she could get you onto the castle, but once you're in there, it is not likely that you will easily be able to work freely.
And we don't know where it's going at this point, correct?
That you don't. What you do know is that she wants you to try to stop it from getting to wherever it's going, and or stop whatever loot is being transported from getting to where it's going. That is really...
Is this a Sokovia protocol thing here?
A what?
It's from where they drop in Avengers, where they drop the asteroid thing that...
Ultron the Sokovia...
Right.
Sokovia protocols? Maybe.
Well,
do we have to state that we put back on the ribbons or the dragon cultists?
Who doesn't want to?
Yes, let's dress in our regalia to be prepared.
Let's go down to the lobby. Fix ourselves a snack.
Back on its shoulder.
Alright, I gotta resize your characters.
Ooh, is there a map?
Oh yeah. You better believe it.
I want to be AOL size.
Okay, so my theory is that we just put the portable hole in the bottom of the castle and push all the treasure into it, and then it falls out the bottom. You know,
assuming the bottom is 5 feet or less, right?
No, I wanted to go out, like rain treasure down from the castle. Like,
yeah, but if the bottom of the castle has more size than the portable hole, it just goes into the hole.
Yeah, no, we got to make it so it goes out the bottom. Treasure rain. I want treasure rain.
Megan Rain.
All right, Big Daddy, come on through.
Make it right. Okay. So you guys approach, and
It'll be chocolate rain.
Chocolate rain.
You guys, you're hilarious.
I'm a snake.
Snake. Trying to put your characters on. I'm trying to remember where that's from. Is that from White Chicks?
What? I'm a snake?
I'm a snake? Or
no, some early days of the internet guy going viral.
Right up there with Honey Badger Don't Give a Shit?
Yes.
Gotcha. Where is Veteran? Veteran is here. He's in front of you, and let's go down to the lobby. Where's it go? Okay, I really don't like how they have these windows. That's just crap.
Ooh.
Please hold.
Peaceful.
You can't see in there. It's bullshit.
They really try to get you with that line of sight thing, don't they?
Yep. Oh.
What you munching on, Fluffy? Fluffy?
Huh?
What you munching on?
Pork rinds and peanuts.
Yummy.
Mm.
Alright. Back to where we
Just
should
had
be.
a spot of boiled peanuts.
Bowl peanuts? I've had a hankering for those. Right. So you guys, you see as you're up here, up close, that this ice is opaque. And as you roll up to this castle gate, you can see that there has been a caravan or two that has made its way here. There's ruts leading up to the gate. And you're able to determine that it looks like there were some fresh tracks here in the last few days, if not just in the last 24 hours. You see, from where you're standing, the 40-foot high walls, you see there's an upper courtyard, and towards the back, away from the gate here, there is what looks to be some sort of iceberg-sized structure that the castle is built from. It looks like it has openings that potentially could go in and out of this huge chunk of floating ice. But here in the lower courtyard, your view is mostly of the gate. You're just outside of the gate right at the moment. As you pull up, there are cultists on either side that you can see, and the gates are closed at the current time. There is a lower drawbridge spanning a foggy moat. That's where the tracks have led you up to, and beyond the drawbridge is an open portcullis, but is in front of a gateway that is currently closed. You can see that there are large figures looming in the gateway, but you can't quite making them out, as they are enshadowed even further, being underneath the archway of the towers that stand on either side. Carter brings you to the fore, and seeing the stanchion with the banner that he's holding, they begin to open the gate.
Hold on a second, guys. Getting a call.
Okay.
Oh. Oh. Fuck off.
We need important information about your car's warranty.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's usually my call, right? Or since I have a 305 number, Miami. It's always a Spanish-speaking person. And they come straight at me with Spanish. I'm like, sorry, wrong number. ¿Qué? I'm like,
okay.
The other one that's good is your social security number is being suspended. And when they say it, it's like, oh my God, it is?
yeah, I think I get the warranty about once a month at least.
I got one today. from someone claiming to be my broker and then
Well-
saying they needed me to go to a 7-Eleven and get an Apple Pay card and they would pay me back.
Yeah,
So I
right.
was kind of like, I said, "Are you fucking serious? Do you fucking think I would do this?" And I'm typing all this to them because I know you're not my broker. So what the fuck is your problem?
My
They
goal
didn't
is always
text
to waste
anything
as
back
much of their
after that.
time as possible. So, here
were
up
hitting
close.
Everybody up in my office today.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it
here
was
up
weird.
close, the closer you get, you realize that the dark figures inside of the covered entryway here are two 18-foot tall cloud giant statues, one male and one female, that are just inside beyond the open portcullis. They're facing each other within this covered gateway. And as Carter passes through, I need you guys to tell me what your order is. Does this look correct on your entryway here? Here's
I mean, I guess I can go first, and if Hope wants to follow behind, sort of a thing.
for some reason I can't touch anything in the screen right now. It's not letting me move anything.
Why do I feel like Dorothy about to enter the wizard's
Yeah, right.
throne room?
You can still be with the wizard, what you've worked and waited for. You can have all you ever wanted.
It sounds totally wicked.
Alright, so you're going to follow behind Carter. Olga, I'm assuming you're leading up the rear. Bach, you're back there. Brother Cayman is side by side with you, Galt. And Kragnar is in the back here with Larry. You guys see it okay?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. As Carter passes through the entrance of the gate, or past the portcullis, you hear him say, just loud enough to be heard. And Galt, you can understand it because you're close enough to him. You hear him say, and he shows the hand sign, Tiamat, our mother in strength.
Tiamat, our mother in strength.
Yep.
I just keep, every time you said that, I kept hearing Hotel California. You can hear him say,
Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place.
Such a lovely place.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He continues in. Tiamat, our mother in strength, is what he says, and he continues walking in as the gates beyond swing inwards.
Oh.
And Galt, you're walking behind him.
Yep.
You're passing through. This is just like that movie, Never Ending Story. Don't have fear. Don't have
I'll better
fear.
get in there before this thing closes.
What's happening?
You're walking in through the gate. There's two giant ice stone statues of storm giants on either side.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm not seeing Galt on mine. Or is he?
That's because he's.
I stepped into the castle mudroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Galt, you see Carter move past the doors on the interior into the courtyard.
I I guess I follow him.
Okay. And
Are we split up?
I'm assuming you guys are walking in marching order, yes?
Yes, we're all going to be going in
Yes.
through this door.
Okay. So you guys are all now inside, past the portcullis, but not past the doors. You are now in the entryway. The doors the veteran just walked through are still slightly open. They're not open all the way. So
Go ahead.
you're not able to see completely through into the courtyard. It is still just now becoming light outside.
So we all rush through quickly to get to the still open gate and get inside.
And we say Tiamat, our mother in strength.
Correct.
Very good. You successfully pass through the doors into the courtyard.
How does this castle compare in size to
The one we took over?
I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name of the other one.
Castle Neatar.
Neatar. Okay.
The gate towers, they're not the same height. The one to the left of the drawbridge that you just walked over is 120 feet tall, which is a lot taller than Castle Neatar's highest tower. The one to the right is only 80 feet tall. Beyond, now that you're in the courtyard, you see there is a quite expansively tall, it looks like an iceberg mountain, a whole mountain made of ice almost, that is towering in front of you. Let me see if I can find a proper visual aid. Please hold.
But in other words, it's much larger. It's taller, but then the actual square footage is much larger too.
It is much larger in almost every way.
Okay.
It is the dimensions of this place, you can tell, are made for storm giants.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. This is a good one. Let's see if I can put this in here. I think I can paste this in here. Maybe not. I'd like you to be able to see this stuff. Image. There you go. Kind of like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big.
So impressive.
Ooh.
Pretty impressive.
Ah.
That's just
like
one
sword.
rendering.
It's like Sword Art Online.
I'm not sure who gets credit for this one. I'm looking at a couple different ones. God, somebody made a whole manual for this thing. Just this castle. That's pretty funny. Alright. Anywho. Moving on. You guys make your way into the courtyard. You can see in the areas around you. There are some large entrances. You've passed through the main gate. And inside you can see that there are a few wagons that are still laden with treasure chests and supplies here in the lower courtyard. They're waiting to be unloaded, apparently. Alright, so... Here, there are walls of solid ice enclosing the entire courtyard. You can see that upwards there is a courtyard partially overhanging this one. It's held aloft by sweeping arches of ice that soar to a height of over 100 feet. doors of sculpted ice fitted with iron hinges lead to various outbuildings and main keep on the far side of the courtyard from the gate towers. Right now, there is not anyone that you can see besides yourselves in this courtyard right now.
Oh, so the wagons are unprotected.
Correct. They're over here and about this area. And it looks like there may be some more over here as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And at this point, Carter says, "Wait here. I've got to alert the taskmaster." And where is his thing? There he is. He walks over to the door in this area and goes through it, closing it behind him. Kragnar is looking around. He seems ill at ease. What you doing?
Our local rogue, I would say, now's your chance to take a look at some of this stuff if you're interested. This is the stuff we're after here to disrupt.
Okay. Looks like it's some of it. Doesn't seem like it's a hugely large hoard. It's only 2 wagons.
Oh, well, never mind. We can wait then.
Yeah.
Look over to Kragnar and say, "Hey, what you worried about, buddy? You look a little nervous."
And he just eyes you back and says, "I've never been up here. Never been allowed to come to this place."
See.
Cool.
Okay.
So, at this, you've mentioned to Larry, he goes over and starts checking out the first wagon that was parked over here. This wagon seems to have more supplies than it does chests. So he quickly looks it over and continues on and moves slightly out of your visual range. It's still, again, pretty dark out, and this is part of the area that's overhung with the upper courtyard. So it's pretty dark.
Do we want to quickly put them in my portable hole?
But
The wagon.
Yeah.
wagons.
You gotta get it underneath it.
Well, we can roll. That's what I'm saying. Put it down and then roll them into it.
You have you already have a bunch of furniture in there.
It'll compress down.
Not without breaking.
Well, that's okay. Isn't it 10? It's 10 feet deep?
It's a 10-foot diameter, and it is 10 feet deep.
Yeah. That's... Well, listen, I'm just proposing it. I'm just proposing it to the group. I'm not saying it's a good idea.
If they fit, fine.
I mean, so far, I think the hole has proved more problematic than helpful. But anyway,
If you think it can take it,
It's not going to stretch too
So
much.
dirty.
Well, if it's dark and hidden, like over in the corner and no one's looking, we could, I don't know.
If it's dark and
I don't know if we
hidden.
want to raise the alarm this early on.
Yeah, I agree, and I'd hate to tear the hole.
Yeah, I don't think we should do it yet.
Okay.
We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
I know what we're dealing with. That's what I'm afraid of. Oop. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay.
Right. I feel like with someone missing and with things that you guys may want to think about with your feats, we're getting off into some pretty important events. We may want to call it early tonight, to give you guys some time to consider what is to come.
Hey, if it's coming from you, I say I'll take your word for it and run.
We've got 30 minutes, and I'm thinking it might be smart before we get into this massive structure and start causing mayhem.
So what you're saying is we need that other voice of reason with us, huh?
Yeah, Meg's pretty good at that kind of thing.
Voice of reason?
The voice of reason. I know she kind of likes that melty thing. I'm not sure how reasonable that really is.
Just so we're clear on this, am I understanding correctly that last Thursday she suggested that we move it to Wednesday and then she couldn't do it tonight?
I haven't heard from her today.
Oh.
I got a text from her, I think, yesterday, and it was just kind of a little bit random, and I forgot about it, and I didn't answer. But I don't know. It didn't indicate anything about today, so I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, understood.
Yeah, but the reason we were moving it today was the fact that she was traveling tomorrow, and apparently they went down to Key West today. So, okay. I saw pictures. What is? Anywho,
Well,
I will give you 30 minutes of your time back, as I like to say on my business calls.
We get that next session, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you get to add it to your next session.
Claiming my time. Reclaiming my time.
Claiming my time. Thank you. Speaking of next session, when do we want it to be?
next Thursday. Thursday works best for me.
Thursdays are good.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like a
Let's do it.
Thursday. I like a good Thursday.
You guys, I don't think I have anything going on this weekend, so if you do decide you would like to have a session this weekend, please speak now or let me know as soon as possible.
If we want to have one this weekend?
Yeah.
I would be open for Sunday if that works for everybody. Again, if it
What's
works,
fine.
it works. It doesn't, it doesn't.
Normal?
Me up and let me know.
Just throwing it out there, see what you guys think.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay. In no rush. I just want to throw it out there for you.
I usually don't have any conflict, so.
Cool. So Thursday the 19th, 11/19. Why does that name or that date sound significant? I better look on my calendar and make sure.
Yeah.
Right. Something happens on the 19th, and I don't know what it is.
Well, the 19th is a Thursday, and that would probably be Thanksgiving.
No, it's actually the Thanksgiving is the 26th, which I don't have any plans for Thanksgiving, and actually some of the best times I ever played D&D were as a kid were on holiday weekends. It was always fun. But so I'm open to Thanksgiving Day. I'm sure you guys probably have other plans, but
Yeah.
if some of you guys want to get together and do a one shot, I'm up for that too.
Cool.
I'll pre-roll some characters and do that. So yeah, I'm open on the 19th. I'm going to go ahead and send the invite out, including to Michael A. Bennett. And
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Faithful PM. So, if I stick with the multi-class, are you going with the experience? Are you going to make it sort of a thing where takes twice as long, but both fighter and rogue level up, or do I have to choose which one?
That's one of the things that it can be done either way. Where if you're focusing more on your roguish skills, we would give them that opportunity to continue on in a level where you would continue on at that instead of the other. But we can do it either way. To me, it really doesn't make a difference, but you have to tell me up front which way you would prefer to do it. And before you gain a new level, I think at the time that you decide to do it is probably pretty close to now.
Yeah, no, I agree, because I wouldn't want to do it one way and then be like, no, actually I fucked up. I'd like to do it the other way.
Yeah. So if you want, you can focus on rogue for this level. So by the time you reach your next level, here's the thing. Since you're really only level 1 in rogue, it'll go real fast.
So hear me out, and again, this is completely open to however you like to do it. But would it be something where I would level rogue up to the current fighter level, and then after that, I would get rogue to 5, and then moving forward from that, it would be basically twice as long to get to 6, because
we would split your XP between the two.
Okay, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be good with that. Now, what I will say for the sake of your gameplay is you probably want to, use the moves that you've trained in. You went to, rogue boot camp, and you got the basics down. So you're a level 1 rogue. But after that point, if you want to continue leveling up, the gameplay style should probably reflect that. You're trying your sneak attacks. You're doing your best. Yeah.
No doubt.
So at some point here, and how fortuitous of your timing, I will say ominously without explaining, that you'll need to go to a big city at some point and probably find a guild.
Yeah, that's fine. I can assure you the combat will involve the roguish skills that I have so far acquired.
I figured. Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yep. In the meantime, if you guys have questions about your feats or any other as part of your level up, Seth, you said you probably don't have anything that you're going to be having to adjust on your character sheet other than just your 7th level now. I know there are some things that level at each level for each character. Just make sure that you check it out on your character type and your class chart so that you don't miss out on anything.
So I'll essentially... Well, go ahead, Seth. Sorry.
No, I looked at it. It looks like that's, I get a little bump to my health pool, and then I think it went up a little bit, and then I get that aura protection, and that was it. I mean, which is great, but yeah, it's nothing for me to choose at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll be getting, looks like maybe 3 spells, because 2 of them will be in my college, and 1 is just a level up spell.
Mm-hmm.
Be getting an extra level. What level is that? One more third level spell slot.
Third.
Yeah, you get more spell slots. That's pretty typical. Your 6th level, you still only have 3 cantrips, but now you can have 9 spells known, and you have a third level spell slot. Yep. what is the counter charm? I don't even know what that is. What does it do? Let's talk about it. You gain the ability to use musical notes or words of power to disrupt mind-influencing events. As an action, you can start a performance that lasts until the end of your next turn, and during that time, you and any friendly creatures within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed. I'm trying to think of what that song would sound like. A creature must be able to hear you to gain this benefit. The performance ends early if you are incapacitated or silenced, or if you voluntarily end it. No action is required to end it.
Yeah, that's like my. By the way, it sounds like my aura of protection. It only works if I'm conscious. If I'm not, if I'm not conscious, it doesn't work.
So something like what? If like my party's running around, need to sneak, kind of James Bond the castle, I can do a performance and kind of charm the room. Nobody looks over there while they run up the stairs and run through the secret door.
Yep.
All right.
So
everybody look over here, not over there.
Look over there.
I'm strumming your pain with my fingers, singing your life with a song.
Killing you softly with my song. Killing you softly with my words. Taking your whole life. Sorry. I love that song.
You jump right in there with me, and I love that.
So yeah, you get two spells of your choice from any class. It could be wizard spells, could be sorcerer spells, whatever you want. Hellish rebuke, hellish rebuke, hellish rebuke.
Yes. I don't like to be touched.
Don't touch me.
I can also do. I think there's a dispel too, or what's
dispel
the one
magic?
Or there's also a magical kind of lock pick, or I don't know. There's a whole. It's too overwhelming, kind of, because all those spells. I spin out. I just spin out. I can't make a decision.
This is where I would spend.
So many. It's hard.
There was a lot less when I was younger, but there was enough that I spent days and hours poring over the books, thinking about how each one of the spells worked, and wishing I had it in real life.
No doubt.
Yeah, you got to think about the interactions of the different spells that you have and with other people. Like, what is the group like?
Well, that's what it is. I'm trying to decide how do I close the gap of what we need, as opposed to if I walk away from
No. See, we're going down that metagame thing.
Yeah,
right there.
You do you, and you make your character how you want to play it, and if it fits the group,
okay.
The group.
Thank you, Mike. That is exactly what I was going to say. Your character is his character.
Yeah.
But that was the other thing. I was torn between do I do for the group, or do I do for me?
You do it for your character, because he's the one that is, College of Lore. What does that entail? What does it mean? And the truth is that they've got, you've got your background that you can choose to build off of. That's what I would say about
last time I think I did for the group, I ended up using stuff that I think would help us.
I'm choosing things that I think will make my character more well-rounded, which would end up helping the whole group out, wouldn't it? Something that you do that you yourself are deficient in.
Yeah, but there's some specifically that just makes me more of a support for the group, or there's something that just makes me a more badass bard.
Yeah, what would your character want? Does he want to be badass? Does he?
Yes, I'm dying to be badass.
There you go.
Then choose badass shit.
Yep.
He wants to take name and kick ass. Or is it you're going to take ass and kick names?
I'm all out of two.
Regarding the ability points versus taking a feat. I remember us talking about this, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
What it was.
So for the druid, let's look at feats again. Hold on. Let me go back over here. For the druid in your chart at 6th level, you get a druid circle feature. You add a 3rd level spell slot. And your proficiency bonus, you already went up to a +3 on that. But the druid circle feature that comes up, your circle of the land, right?
Yeah. I didn't see that I had any choices right now. At 6th level.
You do gain a circle feature at... that's interesting. Did we say you were forest, right?
No, I'm circle of the land.
Right, but circle of the land entails
forest.
specific circle types. So you're the forest type, and it's supposed to be that you're... Yeah, it didn't say here, but natural recovery, 4th level druid slots, you can get... Alright. Natural recovery looks like... Starting at 2nd level, you can regain some of your magical energies. Spell slots have a combined level that's equal to less than half of your druid level. None of the slots can be 6 times. You can't use it again, for example. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm reading through it, and I don't see what it's indicating. And even in that chart, it just says, okay, you get a level up in your druid circle, but it may be that the circle of the land does not have any increase.
Yeah, I mean, all of the circles are 3rd, 5th, or 7th.
Oh, here it is. I found it. It's land stride. That's what you got. That was the feature that you got that you mentioned earlier.
That is okay. Yeah. I read that I got that, and I think I even read it out in the.
You read it to me.
Okay.
Yep, and you get advantage on saving throws against plants. Basically, the entangle spell
because of land stride. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I.
You're also getting. Looks like you're getting another spell slot for another 3rd levels.
Yep, another 3rd level spell slot. And
but that only means I get to use one more before a long rest. Okay.
Right.
Well, no, you get one more square. Yeah, so you can cast
one more use of a spell.
And the thing you were talking about your feat or ability, that won't happen like me until the 8th level because we skip the 7th. Same as a bard, and we get ability improvement score on 8th level, which then usually, like Sean said, it's usually you can either go ability score or feat. That's something we'll have to take up with him.
So Xanathar's has racial feats listed here that can be chosen in addition to the one in the player's handbook. And I don't see any other details about that, other customizations.
Okay, well, you're just substantiating what I had read already.
Yeah.
When we look at managed feats, shouldn't it ideally since you hooked us into your account, shouldn't Xanathar's stuff be included in that?
That's why I suggested using your character sheet. It doesn't give you details, but it will list them when you go to choose them.
No, it'll give you details. There's a little chevron, so if you do that and you go to
does
feed,
give you details. Yeah.
And you go to manage, there's a little chevron down that it gives you exactly what it is.
Yeah, that's where I've been reading. That's where I love the fucking whole interactive stuff of D&D Beyond. It's so amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. I wish they just had full integration with a Roll20 type thing and just make it all one thing. I'm tired of actually buying them in both.
I don't know why
that would be awesome. They could buy each other out or merge or whatever the hell they need to do.
Yeah, I think Wizards is making enough now. If they're not getting greedy and they're managing it right, back in the 90s they fucked themselves because they had a deal with their publisher that they could get so much money up front on the promise of new content. So they were cranking out content that was absolute crap, and no one was buying it.
Yeah.
And that's what put them in the hole, and they went bankrupt. So It was lucky for them just about that time that Magic the Gathering came out and they got popular.
And so they played that right. So they had the ability in the beginning just to like cash cow it and play it for all it's worth.
Yeah.
But they made it a sustainable game because it is still a game. 20 years.
Yeah, people are doing it for sure.
Yeah. Yes. Like from the first set, some of those cards are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, believe it or not.
Black Lotus?
Wow.
Yep, and the Power 9.
Damn it. I had a Black Lotus.
It's worth $100,000 now.
I sold it for $400.
It's probably good at the time. I remember when it was $1,000.
It was a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
I gave my whole collection to my nephew. He probably found a couple of good $1,000 worth of stuff in it. I have a couple of random packs around, but I still have the unglued set.
Oh,
did you ever see that?
That is worth a fucking fortune.
I love it.
Okay.
It's in my office here somewhere. I have to find it.
I would take a look at that and then go through like Star City and see what the cards are worth. The unglued set's worth a shitload of money.
I have the entire set.
Yeah, that's worth
The cheese stands alone. That was a hilarious one. Yes. Love it.
Anyways.
That one I kept. All right. Very good.
These are interesting, yeah.
Any other questions around your characters?
I don't think so.
All right.
No, I'm good.
There'll be more
Take a
later.
Yeah,
Take a
they'll
look.
come up, I'm sure.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys. I'm going to sign off.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you, Dave.
Good night, guys.
Good night, Seth.
All right.
Thanks for making the effort
It's
to
nice
be
seeing you,
here.
Seth.
The spice must flow.
The spice.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good night.
Yep, always a pleasure.
Indeed.